Hello everyone, hello Fruitfest subscribers. This is Ronnie. I am the organizer of the UK Fruit Festival. I just wanted to introduce myself to you and let you know that we're going to put more videos up on this channel soon. So don't unsubscribe because you're going to get a lot of really interesting, exciting, valuable content and information on this channel very soon. So I'm really glad that some of you are interested in the festival and that you're interested in this whole entire lifestyle. And what I'm doing right now, I'm actually in New York, so I'm going to be heading back to Glasgow, which is where I live in Glasgow. I'm going to be heading back in a few days' time, 3 or 4 days' time. So I've been enjoying my time here. I'm staying with a friend, and my experience here, I mean, the fruit here is really great. The fruit in the UK is really great. I want to make sure that you know that and emphasize that. And just kind of relaxing at the moment and thinking about the festival and thinking about what we're going to do and starting to make some contacts with people because we really want to put together. Every year we want to put together the best festival. We want to put together a better one than the year before. And every year I learn a bit more, and I think everyone involved learns a bit more. And we also realise the mistakes that we made. And I'm starting to realise sometimes my focus was on the wrong things. And sometimes you just have to shift. It depends on what you're doing when you're obviously putting an event together, and I'm sure some of you have done similar things. You can if you become kind of unfocused on how many people that you've got coming, then you can end up with a situation where you don't have enough people coming. You can end up losing money, or the event loses money rather, and then you might not really have the motivation to do it again. Whereas at the same time, you can become too focused on making sure enough people come, and then you're not focused on making sure that the experience for the people at the event is as good as you can possibly make it. Because you might have stopped thinking about like what we're gonna do at the event. You're just thinking about getting people to sign up, getting people to sign up. So it's important to have both of those, and I've switched between those mentalities and seen the mistakes that have happened as a result. I would say if I reflect on last year's festival, there was definitely things that I wasn't happy with, and it's 100% my responsibility. So I wouldn't blame anyone else for anything that didn't go right or wasn't as good as it could be. It was 100% my fault. And at the same time, the things that went really right, I wouldn't say they're 100% my, don't know what's the opposite of fault. My responsibility, or my victory or whatever. But they had a major contribution from me. And the festival has been a great growing experience for me because it made me take various things quite seriously. I'd never really, and this diet as well, it's been such a challenge for me that I've had to grow so much as a person. The diet first, and then the festival second. And it's hard for me to say which one has been harder to learn and get good at and things because they've went hand in hand. But this whole experience has been the most kind of awakening and enlightening experience of my life, and I don't really mean it in terms of, I've become this enlightened person or whatever. I actually mean it almost the opposite way. I've become a way more grounded person, way more on the earth in reality, with a greater understanding of myself, and a much, much greater understanding of how the world works and how things really are, and how that we all have this potential really to do almost anything that we want, and that we can achieve almost anything that we put our minds to. And that's a great lesson to, people hear that all the time, and they might think that and repeat that to themselves in a mantra, but when you feel that, and you viscerally, I mean viscerally, feel it in your body, the emotions of it. Because the hard thing about the diet and running the festival, an organisation like that, it's not the information of how to do these things. It's not the tasks. Eating a fruit diet is fruit-based diet, I should say. It's not hard because you have to go to the shops and buy fruit. It's not hard because you have to make smoothies. It's not hard because you have to learn some recipes. It's not even hard because of the social aspect, although that's a challenge. It's hard because of the emotions that you go through in changing in order to do well at the diet. And it's been the same with me with the festival. It's the emotions that you go through. It's the people you deal with. It's the expectations you have that aren't met. It's I'll tell you, the hardest thing that hits me like a punch every time, and I would never, and none of you could understand this unless you've been in the same kind of situation. But when someone actually signs up to come to the event and then cancels, you wouldn't believe how hard that I take that every single time, every person. And even rationally in my mind, I think, well, there's bound to be a number of people that they can't make it because of work commitments come up, someone in their family has an issue, they lose a lot of money because of something happening, they need to get an operation or whatever. So many reasons that a person can't make it, but I still take it really personally every time. I really take it as like an emotional punch to the gut. So it's hard doing these things. It's hard kind of putting yourself on the line, putting all that time into it, risking everything to do these things. It is a big risk. But you learn every year how to take on less risk, and how to get better at it, and how to make sure that people have a great time and everything else. Last year, I think, I don't know if I should let you into all the secrets yet. Maybe I probably will, but the secrets. But by the way, and talking about that thing, that's not me saying you shouldn't cancel coming or whatever. If you can't come, you can't come. That's not. It's neither. Don't come because they think you're worried about me feeling bad. That's not exactly the right way. There was a guy. You realise the people that have been in the same situation as me, because they feel really bad about cancelling, and most people kind of do a little bit, but not really. And there was this guy last year, and he said he basically offered to allow me to keep the money or something like that. I can't remember. And I said, no, it's okay, you can get all the money back. And he knew what it felt like, because then I realised he runs vegan events and stuff, he's involved in that, so I realised he knows exactly what it feels like. So that's why he was very cautious, and he kind of didn't want to pull out if he possibly could, but in the end he had to. So there's so many things you go through in running an event like this, and I'm still not even I'm not even a quarter, maybe not even a tenth through the changes that it will bring to me over the next 5, 10 years, because you have to change in order, if you want your event to be successful, if you want your, even if you've running a small group or a small business or a YouTube channel or a Instagram or anything, you have to change. No one's naturally, well, maybe there is some people, there's not that many people that just naturally become like a YouTube success or an Instagram success or a social media success or successful at a business. Most of these people are putting in a lot of effort and work, and they have to change and learn almost on a daily basis sometimes. If you're not comfortable with that, you're going to struggle to succeed at almost anything, because you're going to want to, the natural desire for all of us is just to conserve energy and sit and do nothing, and well, not to sit and do nothing, but to sit in our comfort zone. And we might want to go out of our comfort zone, but when we actually feel what that's like, we get uncomfortable, and then we realise why it's called a comfort zone. And your comfort zone could be that you're amazing at putting on events or doing social media, but that's because you developed that over years. So the thing that you do when you set that goal, or you want to do it, you have to change in order to do that. It's you that has to change, and a lot of people don't like to feel that or hear that. They think they can do it without changing. The major thing that's in my mind that I've learned that I'm really trying to implement is measuring things, taking a note of what you're doing and measuring the result of it. And then, because when you measure what you're doing, then you can track that on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and you can be very sure about what's happening. And if you have a number of years of results, you can use that information to project forward to some extent into the future. And if you can't do that, or if you don't do that, you're going to struggle to get anywhere. You can still improve, and I was thinking about that today. Like, I became a good musician, a good guitar player, simply because I played guitar every day for probably 15 years, every single day. You can't not get good if you do that, but that's because I was so passionate about it. I was obsessed with it. And I don't play guitar as much, but it's so part of me now. It's like if I have a guitar on, it's another part of my body almost. But I never really measured. I never didn't have that many teachers. Just keeping a track of it in my own mind, I guess. I got better and better as in my own mind. But it doesn't really work when it comes to something like running a festival, because you can sit and play guitar for years and not get anywhere, and it's okay, but you can't run an unsuccessful event for years and years and years. You just can't afford to do that. You can't afford the money or the time, and it will have a negative effect on your entire outlook on life and on yourself if you continue to have failure year after year. And by the way, a failure could be a great success for everyone, but be a failure to you because you didn't meet the goals that you set. So that's this is just a little bit of a rambling video. I wanted to talk to you and try and connect with you a little bit and just let you know that this channel, we're gonna keep on using this channel and putting stuff up. We have a lot of videos recorded over the last 4 years of the festival. Now, we will be putting probably clips from those. Not we won't be putting the entire all the talks up. We won't be putting the entire talks up. We might put some up. More likely, we're going to try and pick out the really good 5 minute, 10 minute chunks of particular talks and upload those. And we can probably have like 200 videos if we work at that. We have so much videos over the years, so we're gonna do that. And I'll probably come on and talk every now and again and just talk about the festival and what we're doing and what we're planning. We're very close to launching the festival. We haven't launched it yet. And some of you might think, why don't you just have it like open throughout the year for people to register like the other festivals do? Well, there is a method to my madness. And I'll let you know more about that. A lot of the things that I'm doing might seem unconventional or strange in certain ways, but there's reasons for it often. Sometimes maybe sometimes there's not reasons for it. I've found certain things to work, and I'd love to see other fruit festivals implement them. And a lot of them won't. A lot of them aren't interested to do that. A lot of them, well, a couple of them are just not interested in taking any advice from me. And I'm not the expert yet, but I'm definitely farther along the line of developing expertise than the average, not the average person, but any person that just starts a festival is doing it out of passion. And that's what you got to remember about people in this lifestyle. That's why you should try and support them if you can, because they're doing it out of passion. They're not doing it out of financial reward and gain and everything. They've got this is their purpose. And a lot of them aren't very good business people or anything else, but they're kind of working out a way to make a bit of an income and stuff. Even some of the people with not huge followings and stuff, they don't know how to turn it into a business and make it work for them. But that's their responsibility to do that if they want, and if they don't, then that's fine. So anyway, this is a longish video. I'd love for you to comment below, let me know who you are. We can start a conversation. We really just wanted to create the best festival we can and the best event and the best services possible to help people change their life, change their diet, change the planet, as Tim Van Orden used to say. Now he says change your heart, change your life, change your planet. But I want to see people get this. I want to see the amount of people doing raw vegan increase. I want to see raw vegan restaurants in every city, big raw vegan groups in every city. 50. Why not have 50 people, 100 people in every city in the UK turning up at the park eating fruit? You could have a UK fruit festival every weekend during the summer. 100 people turning up in your town. Why not? Turning up to eat fruit. So we need to grow and keep on growing and growing the message. We need to develop leaders, and I'll probably talk about some of that stuff, leadership and everything else, on this channel. So this is what this channel's for. Everything to do with the Fruit Fest, everything to do with what I've learned from the Fruit Fest, and what I can teach you, hopefully, from what I've learned. That's the goal of the channel. Please stay subscribed. Share it with other people. Let other people know. I'd really appreciate that. But keep watching and keep, and you're going to hopefully get something out of it. That's me for now, 20 minutes. If you have got something out of this, comment, like, share, stay subscribed, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will see you very soon, hopefully, at some event. Maybe not even the Fruit Festival, but it's something, or maybe see you online sometime. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you later.